Well, the calendar certainly says spring, but you may have noticed that so far spring feels more like winter. The Minnesota Twins played opening day in 35-degree weather on Monday. Yowza, that's the coldest outdoor opener in over 50 years. And scientists say the 17-year cicadas due to come out this spring may stay underground for a little longer. They don't want to come out either until the things warm up. Time Magazine senior editor Bryan Walsh is here to answer that burning question. Who are you picking in March Madness to go all the way?
Clearly Louisville.
Louisville, okay. All kidding aside, about the weather, what is happening? The sun is out, you go out and you think, I don't need a coat, and you walk outside and go,
I know, it's always a rude awakening.
Yes.
Well, you can really blame the jet stream, actually. What's happening is that there's a big mass of air over Greenland, and it's actually pushing down that jet stream, which brings air across the continent, and it's actually dipping down, bringing this cold Arctic air into the sort of eastern two-thirds of the United States, and what you have essentially is a spring that's been delayed.
Well, last year was the warmest March on record, am I right? So why this big difference?
It's really just, I mean, it's showing how unpredictable the climate and the weather system can be. You're absolutely right. Last year, the hottest March on record. We had a huge number of tornadoes as well. This year, with that sort of air frozen really over the United States, you have this unusually cold weather, and that's coming after actually a winter that wasn't really that bad, but what you have actually is just this extended sort of overtime for the cold weather.
Okay, so when will spring arrive?
It will be here eventually. It should be
Eventually?
Yes, eventually.
July?
Maybe about a week or so into April. Eventually what you'll see is that air mass is already beginning to dissipate. That'll sort of change the jet stream.
A week or so in April is next week.
Yeah, no, it's coming. It's coming, really. But it will be here, and once that air dissipates, you'll get the warmer air coming back up, and we'll start to feel like spring again.
So another thing of global warming, is that what it all boils down to? Another way of global warming?
I know, actually it does have an effect here. It's surprising because you'd think global warming means it's just going to get hotter. But actually what's happening is that the Arctic is warming up faster than the rest of the world, and that actually changes the temperature differential between the Arctic and sort of the mid-latitudes where we live. And what that means is actually that that's what's behind this changing jet stream. And so you have a situation where the Arctic sea ice is melting, and yet here it is colder in March and going into April.
And what's the consequence of the Arctic sea ice melting?
Well, there's definitely consequences for the Arctic environment itself, but actually what this does is the Arctic is sort of a big engine for world weather, and so you have global weirding what's going forward, where weather will not just get warmer, but it'll actually get very much stranger, too.
All
That's
right,
what I thought
Bryan
it was,
Walsh.
global weirding.
Yes, thank you.